afternoon, everybody. It is 1 p.m. here on the East Coast. So with that said, I'd like to thank all of you for joining today's webinar, an introduction to INBOX25 and why we're sweet on sugar. My name is James Verdi, and I'll be joined today by my colleague Alex Borak. We are both senior solution architects here at INBOX25, and we'll be your hosts for today's webinar. So today we're going to be discussing in detail INBOX25's integration with SugarCRM. We'll do a brief slide deck, and then we'll have a live demonstration where we'll be explaining and exploring 5 core functions of our SugarCRM integration, facilitating each feature through the use of real-world use cases to put it in a standpoint from a practical application. But before we jump into the webinar, let's go over briefly a few housekeeping items. So if you have any questions during the webinar, please feel free to drop them in the GoToWebinar question toolbar down below. There will be a brief short Q&A at the end of the webinar where we will answer as many questions as we can. The questions we're not able to get to, we will send in a follow-up email after the webinar has ended. As a reminder, this webinar, along with all of our other webinars, are recorded and placed on our knowledge base and YouTube channel. You can find our YouTube channel at youtube.com/inbox25tube. That's T-U-B-E. We do have quite a large selection of webinars ranging from a lot of topics and functions of the system. So if you haven't had a chance to view those, I highly suggest doing so. And just keep in mind that this is the 4th of 5 webinars in our 2016 summer webinar series. Our previous webinars were regarding social marketing and engagement 101, drip campaigns made easy with INBOX25, and the INBOX25 intelligence report, timeline intelligence report for sugar agents, all of which are recorded and posted on our YouTube channel in case you've missed them or like to rewatch them. And I do highly suggest watching those if you did happen to miss them. And we will have our last webinar next Tuesday, July 26th at 1 p.m. Eastern, so same time today, which will speak to account-based marketing with SugarCRM. I do highly suggest joining that webinar as it will discuss a core feature set in both our system and within Sugar as well. And finally, remember to follow us on Twitter and Facebook at INBOX25. We routinely post industry updates, new content added to our knowledge base and blog, business updates, as well as new releases coming to the system. So there's a lot of helpful and neat content found on there. So now that our general housekeeping is out of the way, it is time to jump into today's presentation. So I want to go over briefly what makes INBOX25's SugarCRM integration so unique. What is it that we do that others don't? Well, first is INBOX25 is the use of SymSync, which is our real-time data synchronization between SugarCRM and INBOX25. There's no batch process or near real-time sync. Our sync is completely real-time, meaning updates are pushed and pulled instantly from SugarCRM, and we will be speaking further during the webinar to SymSync in more detail. Next up is that the module, the INBOX25 module, is actually embedded right within the SugarCRM interface. So no longer will you need 2 tabs or browser sessions to be running, as you can now access both your CRM and marketing automation platform from one screen, which saves time and also resources as well. INBOX25 does support 13 native SugarCRM modules, dramatically expanding on the core 4 from Sugar, namely your targets, leads, contacts, and accounts. We support all of these secondary modules as well, which generally speaking hold a lot of the critical data points found within your CRM. Points like the calls module or the opportunities module. These hold a lot of data points that would otherwise go missing with other CRM, with other marketing automation platforms. And last but not least, INBOX25 integrates with all stock and custom data fields within those 13 SugarCRM modules. A CRM ideally should be tailored around your business needs and reflect specific data points relevant to your identification process. The benefit of INBOX25 is we directly integrate and leverage all those custom data points within the 13 modules to maximize the hard working data that you've worked to achieve inside of it. So our first use case today is going to be speaking about our real-time data sync and the importance of having that real-time data sync. What are some of the actions we can achieve using a real-time data sync? Now, when you think of having a real-time data sync with marketing automation platform, what is the reason why you'd want that? Why does this lead to marketing automation success? You have to think at the end of the day, digital marketing success relies on the speed at which you, the marketer, can act on behaviors and trends tracked within your marketing automation platform and CRM. If both systems are not in complete sync with one another, valuable data points are lost. And truthfully, in this marketing landscape, a batch process or even a near real-time data sync simply won't cut it. The real challenge you'll find with a batch model is the inherent delay between syncing your two platforms, which in some cases can be several hours. When a lead exhibits buying behavior, even a few short minutes can mean the difference between closing a sale versus losing a sale. With INBOX25's real-time marketing automation integration with SugarCRM, there's no batch process, no near real-time integration. You're in complete bidirectional sync where the exchange of information occurs instantly. From the moment a sales agent or customer service representative clicks save inside of SugarCRM, that update is instantly pushed to INBOX25. And of course, any subsequent INBOX25 updates we push to SugarCRM in real time as well. Lead engagement starts with a rapid response time. It does no good, absolutely no good for a lead to express interest in your business only to be contacted 24 hours later. By that time, you'll have lost the interest level and your engagement and chance of closing the sale is much lower. During our demonstration, we'll be exploring our real-time integration with SugarCRM and develop an intelligent and automatic lead routing process. We'll begin a customer journey from the inception of a lead to its creation and distribution within your business structure. We come to our second use case here, analyzing behavior. Why is it important to build behavior profiles using key performance indicators? When we think of SugarCRM, Sugar has that natural customer hierarchy. You start as a prospect, you move to a lead, and from a lead you move to a contact. There's kind of that natural journey. And that journey represents the natural qualification leads experience as they move through your sales cycle. And as qualification starts and ends, that process really comes down to what you see fit. You have to define the specific attributes and engagement that will define an ideal lead in your system. A comprehensive qualification strategy should incorporate a variety of digital channels, all working in unison. And with such a wealth of data at your disposal, organizing and analyzing that data becomes critical. You can use a manual qualification strategy, but the idea is, what are you missing? What am I not getting out of a manual qualification strategy? Well, the first thing is a manual qualification process is often clunky and inaccurate. You're dealing with so many data points that you often ignore or simply miss key performance indicators when qualifying your leads. SugarCRM and CRM in general provides invaluable data points when developing a qualification strategy, and when you're developing this, no data point should go unnoticed. But without a comprehensive, robust CRM integration, your marketing automation platform could fail to leverage those key identifiers. You have to think of what good is all of this data in my CRM platform, my marketing automation platform, if we can't leverage it together. There becomes this inherent disconnect between CRM and marketing automation and analytics, which ideally should really be working together. So now we come, intelligent lead qualification really starts with understanding your consumer base. Determine what attributes make an ideal lead by analyzing CRM data and marketing automation data and your general marketing data. You want to ask yourself the questions, what types of engagements matter to my business? Do certain types of engagement express greater interest than others? You want to develop an engagement hierarchy and weigh types of engagement amongst others. Not all engagements created equal. Something like a landing page conversion is asking more of a lead than just simply opening up an email. So you want to take that into account when you're developing your lead qualification process. So once you have your ideal prospect framed, it's now time to build these stages of qualification. Now, ideally, these stages represent pillars or stepping stones, meaning as the lead increases not only engagement with your business, but the quality of engagement, that should be reflected in your sales stages. The greater the engagement, the better qualified they are, the higher the stage they should be in. And you want to use these stages and criteria for converting a prospect to a sales-ready lead. And a sales-ready lead is someone who's been accurately forecasted and someone that can be qualified to be contacted directly by a member of your team, moving away from the automated process of nurturing and onto a human person, a member of your team. So during the demonstration, we'll be breaking down a qualification strategy, exploring the various stages and levels of engagement. By leveraging both the CRM data points found in Sugar and our marketing automation analytics, we can develop a comprehensive qualification strategy so as a lead matures through our life cycle, so too can their status within our CRM. It really is how intelligent data structure should be done, maximizing both the data in your CRM and the data within your marketing automation platform. Targeted communication. Why are we so concerned with sending relevant content and targeted communication? And we're going to be speaking more right now about drip marketing. So drip marketing helps automate your sales cycle by methodically exposing your prospects to information on an exact schedule that you see fit. You're in complete control of the frequency and types of information your prospects are receiving, and your drip campaign analytics can be used as further triggers to further the prospect interaction with your business. Having this consistent contact helps to build trust and keeps your business on the forefront of their minds. But you have to remember, as we're alluding to in our previous point, your sales cycle isn't stagnant. It's an evolving process with multiple stages of qualification. So a successful drip marketing strategy means as your prospect matures, so should the receiving. Drip campaigns are amazing for engagement. It's all about targeted communication. The age of batch and blast, unfiltered email communication is dead. Buyers are more weary and research happy than ever before, really leading to a shift in marketers' need for behavioral tracking and segmentation. You want to think of a prospect's behavior with your website, with your emails, with your forms, as providing invaluable data for targeted, meaningful communication. These triggers all aid in creating and sending only the most relevant content to your leads, as past behavior is a pretty accurate indicator of the interest levels they'll be expressing in the present and also in the future. And when we think of targeted communication and drip marketing, it also enhances productivity. Because drip marketing is automated, you can spend less time on monotonous, repetitive tasks and more time creating content, client relationships, and closing deals. And ideally, when drip campaigns are aligned with your sales pipeline, it aids in lead management and allows a hands-off approach, but a smart approach to resource management. For our third use case during our demonstration, we'll be exploring an automated targeting process which will identify and segment leads for streamlined communication. Based on our communication and the engagement these leads are having, we can transfer leads to different campaigns based on interest levels they're expressing with my business. We have a seamless transition. This is going to piggyback off the previous point I had just made. As a lead interest shifts, so too should the content that they receive. Leads are not stagnant entities, but rather they evolve and mature, expressing new behaviors and interests with your business. The goal of marketing automation is to maximize available data points and leverage these data points as to analyze behavioral tendencies and deliver only the most relevant content. This includes CRM data as well. We're going to harp on this point a lot, is we're really looking to maximize the data found in Sugar and bring that data into the system in tandem with the data that we're spitting back out. Developing automated processes to handle changing interests is really critical for consistent engagement. As leads have more access to information, the types of content you send them should reflect their exact interest. So for our fourth use case, we'll be taking the role of a sales agent within Sugar CRM, qualifying a lead and learning about their interests and needs. And depending on their interest, the lead will enter a specific drip campaign that will dynamically begin and end dependent on their engagement and growth with my company. As the lead matures through our cycle, the content they receive should ideally be more targeted based on past engagement and analytics we have in the system. And our last use case here is going to be automating the monotonous. Allocating time and resources to repetitive manual tasks only detracts from efficiency, which ideally could be better spent building prospect relationships and maintaining existing client relationships. With only 24 hours in the day maybe extended with a bit more coffee, time management really is critical for all businesses. Tasks like lead routing and outbound communication are ideal for automated solutions. They make great automated solutions within the system. But remember, as we've seen, communication should be highly targeted, dependent on prior engagement and behavior with your business. You want to automate the monotonous. You do not want to automate the conversation. So during the demonstration, we'll take the role once again of a sales agent within SugarCRM who is contacting leads via the phone, a very lucrative channel for many businesses. Leveraging the SugarCRM calls module will automate call follow-up and voicemail messages to spend less time writing and more time on the phone engaging with our leads. This is really what marketing automation is all about. So on that note, that's going to sum it up for our slide deck today. I will now hand over the reins to my colleague Alex Borak, who will demonstrate the use cases that we've discussed thus far. Alex, take it away.
Thank you so much, James. And once again, my name is Alex Borak. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay. So before we go into our use cases, James hit on a very important point, which is the breadth and depth of our INBOX25 integration with SugarCRM. So you can see right here, I'm currently logged into my SugarCRM instance. If I want to access my INBOX25 account that's been installed and configured on my SugarCRM instance, I simply need to locate the INBOX25 module, and via a single click sign-in, I have now gained access to my INBOX25 account. Now, another point that James touched upon, and this is going to be critical to understanding how data flows in a bidirectional manner between INBOX25 and SugarCRM. As James mentioned, we offer a real-time bidirectional sync, no near real-time or batch process. And how this integration is handled via our SymSync tool is within the SugarCRM dashboard. As you can see from my screen, I'm able to control and monitor all of the 13 native modules that we integrate with. And I'm also able to sync stock as well as custom data fields. What's also important about SymSync is any data creation or any data modification, whether it be from the CRM or from an INBOX25 event, flows between the two systems seamlessly. This is going to be critical to understand as we go through each use case. So with that being said, let's go right over to our first use case, intelligent lead routing. So with INBOX25, you're able to automatically route your leads based on INBOX25 actions or events, as well as SugarCRM data profile in order to route to the appropriate Sugar user. So for this use case, the problem that the user had was they have sales teams all across the US. And there's a sales team, a group of users within each team for each and every state within the United States. So as you can imagine, with a high inbound lead volume, it's fairly difficult and fairly time intensive to go ahead and route those leads to the appropriate sales agent in a timely manner. So what this user did using the INBOX25 platform integrated with SugarCRM is they developed a series of workflows where, depending upon when a lead enters the system from a form that's been embedded on their website and the information that the lead provided when they filled out the form, leads are now automatically routed to the appropriate sales team. Now, of course, with this use case, you're looking at a series of workflows for each and every state. For today, though, for this use case, let's just focus on the user wanting to route their leads to the New York sales team. So the first workflow or first leg in this process is, of course, to go ahead and correctly route that lead to the appropriate team. So using the automation engine with INBOX25, what the user was able to establish is once a lead conversion came in on a request for demo form, and they denoted that they're located in New York, our system automatically round robin assigns that lead to the team of sales agents within SugarCRM, and a welcome communication is then also sent to the lead. So without the sales reps needing to go ahead and generate a manual personal email to the lead, an INBOX25 communication is being sent to the lead within a matter of minutes, which is personalized as coming on behalf of the assigned record owner. Now, as part of the sales process with this user, the sales rep can make anywhere from 3 to 5 attempts. And if the sales rep is unable to get in touch with the lead, the very last attempt that they log, they've actually customized their calls module to include a custom data field, last attempt. It's a simple checkbox which makes it easy for the sales agent when they go ahead and make that last attempt call. When they log it, they will simply click that checkbox. And once that checkbox is clicked, there's then a process which is going to reassign that lead within the sales team to bring a new face to the engagement. So then that goes to the second leg of this process. As you can see here, we're targeting data fields within the core record profile, as well as data fields custom, I might add, from a secondary SugarCRM module. So once the call has been logged and the last attempt checkbox has been checked off, and the lead is assigned to one of the sales reps, they're then going to be round robin assigned to the remainder of the team. The new assigned record owner will receive a task to let them know a lead has been reassigned to them rather than a new lead. And last but not least, we're going to go ahead and schedule the first call for the new agent. So what does this look like inside SugarCRM for an agent that might not necessarily have access to INBOX25, but nonetheless, these processes are affecting their engagement and further judgment calls. So we have a lead here, Ron Holloway, and we can see here the sugar actions that were occurring. Right here, we have the task where the lead has been reassigned with the status of not started, so the agent is able to determine, okay, I have a to-do to go. Additionally, the reassignment call has been logged. So realistically, in this entire process, the only thing the sales agent needs to be doing is they need to be logged inside SugarCRM, and they need to take the appropriate action based on what the marketing automation platform is relaying back to SugarCRM. Now we head over to our second use case of this afternoon, which is the ability for a team to graduate their records through the several stages of the buying process. In this use case, the user had an issue with automating a process whereby all leads are entered into the prospects or targets module, depending on the version of SugarCRM that you have. And once a prospect was qualified, and the qualification being a qualifying call to be held, that prospect should then be automatically converted to a lead inside SugarCRM. This process then continues by tracking the many events and other touch points, as well as SugarCRM record profile behavior, to then graduate that lead to a contact as well as an account record, and then have the system automatically generate an opportunity. So throughout this process, the main pain points that the end user of SugarCRM was feeling is having to manually create all of these SugarCRM data objects, which cost time, which cost their inability to make more calls and close more deals. So the first leg of this workflow schema starts with a record being created inside SugarCRM within the prospects or targets module. So you can see here from SugarCRM, I have my target, Mr. Sugamovich. So with the prospects and targets module, this particular end user, they have leads coming in from a multitude of sources, whether it be the various integrations and other plugins from their ERP or other back-end licensee applications that are pushing data to the targets or prospects module, or a sales rep manually entering this information. However, as soon as this information is entered, this record is immediately synced with INBOX25. So what happens when the prospect, or rather the sales agent, makes that qualifying call, as you can see here? As a sales agent, I just held a qualifying call with the target. What happens next? Via an INBOX25 workflow, once again, we're leveraging the secondary module calls. As soon as the status is held, we are automatically converting that record from a target to a lead inside SugarCRM. If we head back over to SugarCRM, you can see now I'm looking at the same individual, Boris. However, you can see A, he's been converted, and you can also see he is now a lead. So at this stage in the process, now the lead is going to begin receiving communications. They're going to begin being driven to the website, and they're going to begin providing their information via lead capture forms. Using the INBOX25 lead scoring formulas, the end user was able to develop a scorecard with various rules that were going to assign a weighted numerical value based on campaign response, web activity, lead capture form information, as well as a host of other activities, whether it be calls that were logged, meetings that were logged, as well as tags that a sugar sales agent or a marketer may apply to this record. Now, with this use case, the end user defined that after a lead accrues more than 50 points, they are more qualified, therefore they should now be graduated to an account as well as a contact record, and now begins the core buying process. So, once again, using automation, the system is able to check as soon as a lead has accrued more than 50 points, we're now going to convert them to a contact and an account record. This process then goes a step further by determining as soon as an account is created, using the date created field right within SugarCRM, an opportunity is then automatically logged for the record. The assigned record owner will then receive an email alert. And last but not least, we're going to apply an INBOX25 tag of potential customer. So any user of Sugar that is analyzing this record is able to see the tags via the timeline intelligence report that this record may have accrued while going through the buying process. Of course, now, what does this look like in Sugar? So we go back to Sugar, and you can see now Boris is an account record. We can also see that he has associated contacts and leads. We can also see the opportunity that was automatically generated for him. So at the end of the day, once again, what does the Sugar sales agent need to do? First of all, to reiterate, they must be logged inside SugarCRM. And as we all know, all opportunities are not created equal. So all the agent needs to do now is just edit the structure of the opportunities to reflect the accurate value, accurate sales stage, and of course, expected close date. So now we head on over to our third use case of this afternoon: fueling drip campaigns based off of the status and growth of your leads. So this use case is a little interesting because the tool you see here, our drip campaign tool, is one of the more recent releases of INBOX25, whereby you will see in a future use case, we have an intuitive tool, the content stream, which allows users, or rather records, who enter an automated program to be entered into a drip campaign that will be running in perpetuity. So what we decided to do is take that function, that unique function, and rip it out of automation and make it its own dedicated tool. So with the drip campaign, not only can entire segments or SugarCRM target lists be enrolled in a drip campaign, but you're now also empowering your sales reps via the timeline intelligence report to automatically enroll individuals into one or numerous drip campaigns. So with this use case, the end user decided that they had 3 drip campaigns which are going to bring the lead closer to a buying decision. And based off of specific criteria, leads are going to progress through several target lists being dynamically added, and once completed, then being dynamically removed from a target list. But of course, how does this process begin? Once again, via automation, we developed a series of workflows in a partnership with the end user to be able to automatically enroll records into the appropriate target list as soon as they complete the specific call to action for each drip campaign. Now, mind you, with these 3 drip campaigns, there is a singular call to action that the lead must complete in order to be graduated to the next drip campaign. So first, we start off by adding that individual to the very first drip campaign. So in this workflow, we first need to add the records to the first target list, which is then going to automatically enroll them in the drip campaign. And the criteria that the automation engine is leveraging is the lead must complete a form to download our free trial software, and they must also visit the pricing page on the end user's website. So we're incorporating not only lead capture forms, but visitor tracking via our site monitor tool embedded directly on their website. So as soon as these two criteria are both met, this record is now dynamically added to the drip campaign A target list. So now they start getting dripped messaging with a singular call to action, which is going to drive them back to the website. So to reiterate, all messages have one call to action, just differently worded and more enticing. So the next leg of this process is, as a member of that drip campaign A target list, they click through that singular call to action. We then want to dynamically remove them from the original target list, and we want to bring them into the next stage, therefore dynamically adding them to drip campaign B target list. Now, the purpose of drip campaign B now is to get them to once again go back to the website. However, this time the lead must download a white paper from the website. So, once again, if a lead is a member of the second drip campaign target list and they downloaded the white paper from drip campaign B, we are now going to remove them from drip campaign B and then add them to drip campaign C, or the hot leads drip campaign. Now, at this stage in the cycle, this content in the last drip campaign is now going to drive the lead back to the website and make that purchasing decision, the final message in this drip campaign, to provide a special offer. Now, for a sales agent who's about to make an informed decision and reach out to this lead, what is their exposure inside SugarCRM? So, first of all, any and all communications that are sent from INBOX25 to a CRM record gets logged within the campaign log of SugarCRM. If you're using Sugar version 6.5 or 6.7, this is sometimes referred to as the activity history. So as a sales agent, without even looking at the timeline intelligence report, I'm able to view any and all communications as well as what the response was for this record. However, as a sales agent, if I wanted to gain just a little bit more exposure as to what specific messages were sent, as well as what the individual responses were, I'm able to filter between email messages that were sent as well as their activity, apply those where a lead may not be able to, not even want to, able to purchase within a year to 18 months. So additionally, there are various external factors that cannot necessarily be logged in SugarCRM or crafted within an automated marketing program to advance that or accelerate that lead to the next stage of the buying decision. So working with this end user, what we were able to accomplish is a very specific data field inside SugarCRM, status. As the sales reps are engaging with their lead, whether it be calls, face-to-faces, personal touch points, they're able to make that judgment call of enrolling their leads into a specific status. And once they're enrolled in that specific status, they're then going to begin receiving content related to where they are in the buying decision. So there are 4 statuses, well really 5, the 5th being dead, no longer market to them. But let's focus on what's going to bring them closer to the buying decision. So once a lead is in the introduction status, they're then going to go through a content stream where they will continue to be dripped content until the sales agent has determined that this lead should be graduated to the next phase of content marketing. So as you can imagine, this automated process was replicated for each and every status. And each status comes with its own unique set of content. Now, what's interesting about this process is we get to the status recycled. Now, as I mentioned, this particular end user has a fairly lengthy buying or sales process. So it's very common for leads to be put into the recycled status, which doesn't necessarily denote that they're no longer qualified. It just means they need more time. They're simply just not able to make this purchasing decision yet. However, they are still highly interested. So this status is unique because when a lead is put in this status, they're now going to begin receiving messages and other content related to how the end user can assist with accelerating their buying decision. For instance, whether there are legality issues or financing issues or lending issues, the end user is there to provide assistance and services to help the lead make that purchasing decision. Now, if we want to look at how this looks inside SugarCRM, for the sales agent, all they simply need to do is go into the record profile and select the appropriate status. As you can see, this lead has already progressed all the way to the recycled stage. And as a sales agent, if I determine that this lead will no longer be qualified and no longer be making a purchasing decision, I can simply render them in a dead status. And using INBOX25 automation, we can then automatically inactivate those records. Therefore, they will no longer receive any further marketing communication sent from INBOX25. And now we head to our last use case of this afternoon, automating the monotonous. So with this use case, the main problem with the main pain point and challenge that the end user faced is their sales team needed to create a manual and personal email upon every single call attempt that they made with their inbound leads. To exacerbate this, this particular end user has a very high volume of inbound lead generation. So it's very possible that a sales agent needs to make anywhere from 50 to 100 calls per day. When you look at 100 calls per day, that's 100 emails per day. And 100 emails per day can take a ton of time. So what we were able to configure, leveraging not only INBOX25 automation engine, but customizing the SugarCRM native modules, is we were able to automate responses based off of if the lead was unable to get in contact with the sales agent. So what we did is we customized a stock data field, the status field of SugarCRM, and just tweaked it to add a few unique values. Depending on this value, i.e. left voicemail, the lead will then receive an automated email, and a scheduled follow-up call will then be logged in SugarCRM on signed record owner's behalf. So let's take a look at what this looks like via the automation engine. So as soon as a record logs a call and gives it the status of left voicemail 1, the lead will receive an email, sorry I missed you, and the follow-up call is then logged. This process is replicated 3 times, as there are 4 total attempts that are made. Each time there's a left voicemail, the message becomes more strongly worded. As you can see, sorry I missed you again. And last but not least, we keep missing each other. When can we reschedule? Now, another part of the sales process, and the reason that there are several call attempts to be made, is because the next phase in the sales process is to schedule a face-to-face. So once a sales agent gets in touch with a lead, they're then to go out of office and to actually go on site and provide a face-to-face. And another pain point that the sales reps faced in this process was the inability to have an automated email go out soon after the meeting was ended. A sales rep could be very well 2-3 hours away from the office. So as soon as the meeting finishes up, it's going to take them 3 hours, 3.5 hours to go ahead, get back into the office, log that meeting, and send that follow-up email to the lead. Now, of course, in this day and age, everyone can use their smartphone and send a follow-up email, but what's lacking there is styling and formatting and personalization. So, using the Sugar mobile application, what the sales reps were able to do and what the end user was able to do for their sales team was allow them to log into Sugar from their smartphones and create activities, i.e. a meeting. So now we're leveraging the meetings module of SugarCRM. And once the sales rep logged in to Sugar via their mobile app and logged the meeting as held, we now see that INBOX25 is able to automatically send that thank you for meeting with me communication. So when the sales rep gets back to the office, they can now focus on other activities, making more calls, or once again, closing more deals. Finally, let's look at what the exposure is in SugarCRM. Okay, we can see the sales agent did their job. They logged several calls, left voicemail 1, 2, and 3. They did have a held call eventually with the lead, and we can also see that the sales agent was able to successfully log a meeting inside SugarCRM with the status of held. Okay, so that does it for today's use cases and wrapping up the presentation. Just to reiterate, as you can see, there are almost limitless possibilities that you can utilize the deep integration between INBOX25 and SugarCRM to enact powerful automations to help your sales team, save your team time overall, and complete multi-step automated programs integrated with your CRM. So with that being said, I pass it back over to James, and we will entertain any questions that you guys have.
All right, so if there's any questions, please feel free to ask them in the GoToWebinar chat bar on your GoToWebinar panel, and we will answer as many questions as we can. Okay, I already see we have a couple coming in. Wow, coming in quick. How many emails can I send in my plan? If you're on a pro marketer plan, which is our marketing automation plan, which is what you're seeing right now, then you have unlimited email sends within the system. The pricing or the plan structure is based off the amount of active targets. So you have an active target limit, and you can send as many emails as you'd like to those people. How many users can I have access to the system? Once again, you have a limited amount of users in the system. We're priced differently than the CRM, who goes based off seats. You can have as many users created in INBOX25, and what's great about our SugarCRM integration is we will map those user permissions from Sugar and mimic those back in INBOX25, so you can keep your already existing permission structure intact in your marketing automation platform and your CRM as well. Let's see, can I have drip campaigns running simultaneously? Yes, of course, we encourage that. As Alex mentioned through the demo, it's a good idea to have different drip campaigns running depending on specific engagement or interest that leads are expressing. So as they move through your life cycle, as they move through your sales cycle, you're going to want to add and remove them from different campaigns. And as you've seen, we can do that automatically via different conditions. So yes, of course, we encourage you to have multiple drip campaigns running simultaneously, each adding and removing people depending on the interest that they are expressing. Can I combine data points within the system for automation? I think I know, yes. I think I know what you're referring to. Yes, you can combine data points. You're not limited to just choosing either a landing page conversion or one data field. You can combine all data points. So if there's a certain combination of data fields in Sugar that you want to pull from to handle your qualification, you can go ahead and set that up in automation with a multi-conditional workflow. The same thing works for not only data fields, but all the conditions we have to offer. You can go ahead and set up multi-step or multi-conditional automations, which can be more dynamic in some cases. How much does the integration cost include? The integration is free with the platform, so you don't pay any additional money for the actual marketing automation integration. Once you purchase the plan, the integration comes free. Everything you saw today is just bundled into the one subscription price. Can I lead score other items besides email interactions? Yeah, so one of the major features of our platform, is what Alex mentioned, is going to be lead scoring, which is a way of qualifying leads. You can score based off a multitude of different criteria that goes well beyond just email interactions. Any conditional data that you find in automation can be leveraged in scoring, things like website visits, landing page conversions, form conversions, email activity. If you have any third-party integrations running, we have GoToWebinar integrations in Zendesk, you can score those as well, and you can score on specific data fields in conjunction with that. So there's a lot of possibilities in terms of developing a very comprehensive lead scoring process. We give you a lot of options to score your leads. You really combined all those digital channels together, as I mentioned in my slide deck. Let's see, I have another one here. How many were answered? How many emails can I send? Do INBOX25 users have to have a Sugar license to use your platform? No, you can use our platform. Well, the users in Sugar will. They'll have to have an account if they want to connect the integration together, but you can use our platform without Sugar, although we have our Sugar integration here, so we definitely like to keep that. And I think that is it. I want to thank everybody for joining our webinar today. I hope it was very fruitful. The reason why we wanted to do this webinar was really to expand on some of the possibilities found within the system, to sort of get some creative juices going and to influence you on how you can possibly use the system in your own business case, because there's a lot of very unique features in the system that are available to you, and hopefully this demonstration gave you a bit of information on how you can go about doing this. So once again, Alex and I would like to thank you for joining today's webinar. Remember, if you have not gotten the chance already, to go ahead and register for next Tuesday's webinar. It's going to be Tuesday, July 26th at 1 p.m. Eastern. We're speaking about account-based marketing. It's a very recommended webinar to attend. It's a newer feature in the system, and it really will allow you to leverage your Sugar instance in a whole new light with regard to marketing automation. So I definitely recommend registering for that. This webinar has been recorded and will be placed on our YouTube channel in the coming days. And on that note, we're going to wrap it up. Hope to speak with everybody soon, and hope everyone has a great rest of the week.